here. So as requested, I'm going to show you how to fold palm crosses for Palm Sunday. This is how my dad taught me how to do it, and it's pretty simple. If you've ever put on an altar boy robe, you'll know how to do it, roughly. Okay, so instead of palm leaves, I'm using paper white leaves, like from bulbs, from a plant that my mother let die so that I could do this. Right, so first, let's take a little look at our final product. It's made of 3 separate leaves, one for the base. We really want sort of our thicker one for the base one for the arms, which has been folded into thirds, and then a thinner one for the sash, like on an altar boy's robe. And if you see, it's got the belt and then the 2 pieces coming over the shoulder and forming an X on the back. And I've cleaned this one up a little bit, but it's come out kind of nice and is ready to dry out. And you can make them a little smaller too, a little thinner, sometimes a little taller. You really just want to go based on how the leaves look. Okay, doke, so we take our base here. See, this one's a little thicker, and we're just gonna fold it in half. Don't worry if it seems a little too tall right now, because we can always trim it at the end. Next, we'll take our middle piece, and this one's definitely a little long, but we'll try and fold it nicely relative to this. How's it gonna look as a cross? We wanna think about that. We fold it into thirds, and then we just snip a little bit off the base with our nice sharp scissors. So we're gonna take that, and we're just gonna put it right between the main base one that we folded in half, just like that. And now we're ready to wrap the sash around like an altar boy's robe. So now, taking I like to use thinner pieces for the sash. We're going to line it up on the back with the short one down. This is going to be the bit that's hanging down over the shoulder at the end. You notice I just have it across the back. I'll show you a second time, so don't worry if you don't catch it this time. And then we just take it down over and see it's hanging that way. Then we take the belt over the waist like this. And then we take it up the back. See, we now have that nice X on the back. And we tuck it right in the belt on the front. Don't worry, I'll show you this from the other side in a second. Okay, so now we have that all together, right? We have that X on the back. We have the belt on the front with the 2 shoulder pieces coming around. And I'll trim this one up a little bit. I like to make little points at the bottom, little point. And make it even, and then I'll just even it out there. And then we just crease everything down, and that one's ready to dry out. These are curling a little bit, but the palm leaves that you'll be using for Palm Sunday will be better than these bulb leaves that I'm using. And we add that to the pile. Okay, once more, and I'll show you from the other side. So our base leaf, our nice thicker one, we fold that in half. Then we take our arm leaves and we fold that into thirds. This one's getting a little thinner, but we don't have to worry. Remember, you're making it relative to the size cross that you're making. So that looks like a nice cross size to me. And I'll just snip off the end. And we just put that between the base, and we're ready to wrap on our sash. Okay, here's how to tie the sash around one more time. We take it from the front first, and we pin it diagonally across like that, and then we bring it over the shoulder, right? Like this is an altar boy who's T-posing. And then it comes down this way, like we had the first piece, and then this becomes the belt across the waist. And it's out like that, parallel with the arm now. See? There's the belt. And now we take this up here, creating the X on the back. I'll show you that. There's the nice X on the back. Okay, and then, okay, so we have the other end of the sash pulled up like this over the other shoulder, and we just take it down and tuck it into the belt. And again, don't worry about bending it too much because we can just crease them up nice like this at the end. Okay, and pull out like that. And then we take our nice sharp scissors and you just trim it up a little bit. And I like to trim up down here a little bit, but you don't have to. And there you go. You have another palm cross. And with all these little extra pieces at the end, you can take them, and if you get really good at it, you can make a little small one. I'll try that next. I've got the tip of a leaf here. It's only about like 4 inches long. And now I've got another little scrap here. Usually we'd fold the cross piece into thirds, but I'm just going to do halves. Just working with what I've got, right? Use every leaf you can, right? And then I'm going to take a sash piece and, right, diagonal across the back, and up over the other shoulder, and then down, and we tuck it into the belt. And we have a nice little cross. And I've seen my dad used to make even smaller ones with this. Him and my sister would, she's laughing in the background, would sort of compete to see who could make the smallest cross. That's about all I have. I'll show you one more time, without any narration. If you want to just watch that video, I'll show you both sides of it. So that is how you fold palm leaves into crosses using 3 leaves. And after Palm Sunday, you can go ahead and take your little palm crosses and tuck them wherever you think looks good. And I think it looks nice right here in the head of my baglama.